Cuba. The very name evokes images of vibrant music, classic cars, and of course, rich aromatic coffee. For centuries, Cuban coffee has been renowned worldwide for its intense flavor and intoxicating aroma. From the bustling cafes of Havana to quiet kitchens worldwide, the allure of Cuban coffee is undeniable. Our journey takes us back to the roots of this beloved beverage, to the very birthplace of Cuba's coffee industry. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of Cuba's first coffee plantations, exploring their history, their impact, and the ongoing efforts to preserve these invaluable pieces of Cuba's cultural heritage. Our journey begins in the 18th century when coffee, a plant native to Ethiopia, first arrived on Cuban shores. Brought from neighboring Hispaniola, coffee cultivation found fertile ground and a favorable climate in Cuba's southeastern region. European colonists, quick to recognize the economic potential of this black gold, established vast plantations across this fertile landscape. These plantations, often carved out of dense jungle, soon transformed the region's landscape and its people's lives. From the African slaves who were brought to work the fields to the Chinese indentured laborers who followed, these plantations became a melting pot of cultures. The legacy of this cultural fusion is still evident today in the region's music, food, and traditions. Today, the archaeological landscape of the first coffee plantations in southeastern Cuba stands as a testament to this rich and often tumultuous history. This landscape is not merely a collection of ruins, it is a living museum, offering a unique window into the past. Here, amidst the overgrown vegetation and crumbling structures, archaeologists have unearthed a treasure trove of artifacts, each piece whispering stories of a bygone era. The remnants of grand plantation houses stand as silent witnesses to the opulent lifestyles of the plantation owners. The remains of processing plants, with their ingenious water-powered mills, offer a glimpse into the sophisticated methods used to transform the coffee bean from plant to cup. Our journey through Cuba's coffee history takes us to the island's southeastern region, a place where time seems to stand still. This region, often referred to as the Oriente, is where coffee cultivation first took root in Cuba, forever shaping the landscape and its people's destiny. Towering mountain ranges, including the Sierra Maestra, Cuba's highest mountain range, dominate the landscape, creating a tapestry of microclimates and fertile slopes ideal for coffee cultivation. These mountains, with their cool breezes and ample rainfall, provided the perfect conditions for nurturing delicate coffee plants. The volcanic soil, rich in minerals, further enhanced the flavor and aroma of the coffee beans, giving rise to the distinctive character of Cuban coffee. The southeastern region's topography played a pivotal role in the success of coffee cultivation. The steep slopes of the mountains, while challenging for other crops, proved advantageous for coffee. These slopes provided excellent drainage, preventing waterlogging and root rot, which could be detrimental to the sensitive coffee plants. The abundance of rivers and streams cascading down the mountainsides was another crucial factor. Planters ingeniously harnessed the power of these rivers, constructing elaborate aqueducts and water-powered mills that not only irrigated the fields, but also processed the harvested coffee beans. Beyond its favorable topography, southeastern Cuba possessed a climate tailor-made for coffee cultivation. The region experiences a tropical climate characterized by distinct wet and dry seasons. The wet season, typically from May to October, brings abundant rainfall, providing the necessary moisture for the coffee plants to flourish. During the dry season, from November to April, the weather remains warm and sunny, ideal for drying the harvested coffee beans. This unique interplay of climate and geography is what gives Cuban coffee its renowned rich, aromatic profile. Deep in the heart of southeastern Cuba lie the remnants of a bygone era. Hidden beneath layers of soil and tangled vines are Cuba's first coffee plantations, waiting to be unearthed and understood. These fragments offer a glimpse into a world long gone. The archaeological landscape of these early coffee plantations is not simply a scattering of random ruins. It represents a complex and organized system designed for efficiency. At the heart of each plantation lay the plantation house, the grand residence of the owner, a symbol of wealth and authority. Surrounding the plantation house were various structures that served the needs of the plantation. The layout reveals the hierarchical nature of plantation society, with the owner's residence at the center. Beyond the grand structures and industrial machinery, archaeological findings also shed light on the everyday lives of the people who lived and worked on these plantations. Excavations have unearthed a wealth of domestic artifacts, offering intimate glimpses into the daily routines and personal stories of both the plantation owners and their workforce. Fragments of fine china and glassware from the plantation houses speak of a life of relative luxury and European sophistication. In contrast, the artifacts found in the slave quarters paint a different picture. Simple clay pipes, worn metal spoons, and beads fashioned from bone or seeds reflect the resilience and ingenuity of those who had to make do with limited resources. Today, the archaeological landscape of the first coffee plantations in southeastern Cuba stands as a poignant reminder of a complex and often troubled past. These ruins, though crumbling and overgrown, hold immense historical and cultural value. They are not merely remnants of a bygone era, but serve as tangible links to Cuba's colonial history, the transatlantic slave trade, and the development of its coffee industry. Preserving these archaeological sites is crucial, not only for their historical significance, but also for their potential to contribute to our understanding of the past. By studying these sites, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces that have shaped our world and the interconnectedness of past and present. The rise of coffee plantations in southeastern Cuba had a profound impact on the region's cultural landscape. Coffee, once a foreign novelty, quickly became ingrained in the fabric of everyday life. The aromatic beverage, initially a luxury enjoyed by the elite plantation owners, soon permeated all levels of society. The daily ritual of coffee drinking fostered a sense of community and social interaction. In towns and villages across the region, coffee houses, known as cafeterias, sprung up, becoming lively hubs for social gatherings, political discussions, and artistic expressions. Even today, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafts from homes and cafes across Cuba, a testament to the enduring legacy of coffee culture. The cultivation of coffee in southeastern Cuba wasn't just a cultural phenomenon. It was an economic powerhouse that fueled the region's growth and transformed its landscape. The fertile valleys and slopes of the Sierra Maestra, once sparsely populated, were transformed into vast plantations, attracting both domestic and foreign investment. Cuban coffee, renowned for its quality and flavor, quickly gained international acclaim. Exports to Europe and North America soared, bringing in significant wealth to the plantation owners and contributing to the development of port cities like Santiago de Cuba. The economic prosperity brought about by coffee, however, came at a cost, as it relied heavily on the exploitation of enslaved Africans who endured brutal conditions on the plantations. Even though the heyday of large-scale coffee production in southeastern Cuba has passed, its legacy continues to shape the region's cultural and economic landscape. The descendants of those who toiled on the plantations, both enslaved and free, have kept alive many of the traditions and customs associated with coffee cultivation. In small farms and cooperatives, they continue to grow and harvest coffee using traditional methods passed down through generations. The region's tourism industry has also recognized the historical and cultural significance of its coffee heritage. Tourists can learn about the process of coffee production from bean to cup, sample locally grown coffee, and interact with the descendants of those who once worked on these lands. As we delve deeper into the cultural and economic impact of Cuba's first coffee plantations, it becomes evident that these archaeological landscapes are more than just remnants of a bygone era. They are living testaments to the complex interplay of history, culture, and human endeavor. Preserving these sites is not merely about safeguarding ancient ruins. It's about honoring the legacy of those who lived, worked, and shaped these lands. They hold the potential to educate future generations about Cuba's rich history, the transatlantic slave trade, and the evolution of its coffee industry. By investing in their preservation and promoting responsible tourism, we ensure that the stories etched in these stones continue to resonate for generations to come. Nestled amidst the lush landscapes of southeastern Cuba, the archaeological landscape of the first coffee plantations stands as a silent testament to a bygone era. These ruins, whispering tales of industry and cultural fusion, are invaluable pieces of Cuba's cultural heritage, deserving of recognition and protection. Preserving archaeological sites of this scale and complexity presents unique challenges. The tropical climate, characterized by heavy rainfall and high humidity, poses a constant threat to the structural integrity of the ruins. Overgrown vegetation, while adding to the scenic beauty of the landscape, can also accelerate the deterioration of these fragile structures. Despite these challenges, there have been notable triumphs in the preservation of Cuba's coffee plantation heritage. Restoration projects, often undertaken in collaboration with international experts, have breathed new life into crumbling structures. The preservation of Cuba's first coffee plantations extends beyond protecting physical structures. It's about creating a sustainable future that balances conservation with economic development. Cultural tourism allows visitors to experience these landscapes responsibly. Imagine strolling through the ruins of a 19th-century coffee plantation, the air thick with the scent of tropical flowers and birdsong. The archaeological landscape of the first coffee plantations in southeastern Cuba reminds us of the interconnectedness of history, culture, and the environment. These sites educate, inspire, and foster a deeper understanding of our shared heritage. Preservation is a shared responsibility, requiring collaboration from all. Support responsible tourism and advocate for preservation to ensure these treasures endure. As we stand amidst the sun-dappled ruins of Cuba's first coffee plantations, we are reminded that history is not merely confined to textbooks or museums. It is etched into the very landscape that surrounds us. These crumbling walls, overgrown with tropical foliage, whisper tales of a bygone era. The archaeological landscape of the first coffee plantations in southeastern Cuba is a testament to human endeavor and cultural exchange. These ruins remind us of the interconnectedness of past and present, urging us to learn from history as we navigate the future. The preservation of these archaeological sites is not merely an act of safeguarding physical structures, it is an act of cultural continuity, of honoring the legacy of those who lived, worked, and shaped these lands. The descendants of those who toiled on these plantations carry within them the living memory of this history, passed down through generations in stories, songs, and traditions. By preserving these sites, we provide a tangible link to the past, allowing future generations to connect with their heritage. The archaeological landscape of the first coffee plantations in southeastern Cuba is a national treasure, part of our shared human heritage. The story of coffee connects continents and cultures through trade, migration, and sharing a cup. Preserving these sites is a global responsibility, recognizing our world's interconnectedness. As we sip our morning coffee, remember the hands that nurtured and harvested the beans, and the journeys they have taken. Support efforts to preserve these sites, ensuring future generations can experience and learn from them.